Hi, everyone. This is your host, Maheen, and thank you for tuning in into the Small Business Podcast, where we delve into the key drivers shaping the success of small businesses across our nation. This is your host again, and we are here with an episode that is particularly exciting as we explore the intersection of advanced technology and business growth. We will be exploring the power of artificial intelligence and its transformative effects on the business landscape. Joining us today is Denis Gaudreault. He's the country manager for Intel Canada. Dennis brings over 2 decades of experience at Intel, guiding significant tech advancements and strategies. He's been at the forefront of Intel's initiatives to embedded AI capabilities across various sectors, driving not only technological innovation, but also substantial economic contributions. So let's get ready to dive deep into the discussions on AI's role in business efficiency and competitiveness. Hello, Dennis. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. How are you today?
I'm very good. Thanks for having me. I'm pretty excited to be with you today and all your audience.
The pleasure is ours. I mean, your work in steering Intel Canada through groundbreaking tech evolutions is quite remarkable, Dennis, and I'm really looking forward to hearing about Intel's latest innovations and their impact on businesses across Canada. Let's begin our discussion with Intel Canada's impact report. Because Intel recently released this inaugural impact report, and it's a major step in showcasing your contributions. What was this report commission, and what are its findings? Some highlights on the findings, please.
Yeah, basically this year, as you just mentioned, right, was kind of a big year for us. It's our 50 years anniversary for Intel in Canada, and we did
Yes.
engage a research firm to kind of conduct a thorough analysis and quantify the contribution we had and the impact we had on the Canadian economy, right? And it turned out it was quite a lot. So the basically when you look at all the technology that is used in Canada, so our technology, the Intel technology, is kind of enabling about 33 billion a year in higher productivity for all the business across Canada. So as you
Right.
know, every new generation and new technology bring like higher speed and new features that kind of improving the overall productivity across large, small, and even consumer, right? So, and when you look at our footprint from a direct economic point of view, we contribute about like 2.4 billion in one year. Like the year we used was 22, so we can contribute up to 2.4 billion to the Canadian economy with about 1,000 employee direct employee and about 6,500 indirect employees, so that we can contribute to the footprint. And also quite a few investment from I would say research grant with the university. So for the last 4 years, we did about 5.8 millions in research grant with the Canadian University. So a number that should be keep growing every years. We
Mhm.
also partner with more than 15 Canadian academic institution and research institute like the INSERC, the Digital Research Alliance, the MILA AI Research Institute in Montreal. So it was quite an impact, I would say, that we had on the country economy.
It's so fascinating to see how, such concrete examples of how Intel's technology shapes industries and boosts competitiveness. But to build onto this a bit more, Dennis, how does Intel envision its role in the Canadian economy moving forward, especially with the advancements in technology?
Yeah, good question. So, our technology and products, as you know, they are at the building block of the digital economy worldwide, right? And
Mm.
we firmly believe that our technology will continue to play that vital role into the, I would say, the Canadian transformation, and especially in that digital economy era, right? Especially when you look at the AI transformation that we're seeing like in front of our eyes happening. So, I mean, we're going to be playing a bigger role as a team Canada. So we're kind of, like I said, we have about 1,000 people in the country split between commercial teams and engineering teams, right? From a commercial point of view, we will continue to enable and accelerate, I would say, technology adoptions, especially AI, across a full span of customer, whether it's the big retailers, SME, through partners, large enterprise, government, system builders, all the big CSP. So those are our customers we work with to accelerate the transformation, but also from an engineering point of view, because we have it's about 800 people, like just from an engineering point of view, right? We will continue to invest in R&D, design, and really leverage I would say, the Canadian talent that we have to continue our development and also to include all the Kenyan talent and our technology and product that are used across the world in every industry.
Thank you for sharing such fascinating insights, Dennis. And, I would love to take a brief pause here and connect with our listeners. So, listeners, Dennis just shared some fascinating insights from Intel's recent impact report on how their technologies are driving efficiencies in Canadian businesses. I'd love to hear from our listeners. Think about questions like, how does technology impact your daily business operations? And are there any new tech solutions that you're considering to enhance your productivity or competitiveness? Because I feel like reflecting on these, and as we continue throughout the conversation, just remember that embracing technology could be the key to your next big breakthrough. But moving on, Dennis, we'd love to understand AI Everywhere initiative, because that's the topic that's really reshaping the tech landscape. AI everywhere. Can you elaborate on this concept and what it means for Intel?
Yeah, so really what I mean for us when we say AI everywhere is like basically we're infusing AI into all Intel technology and products to support the AI workload. What is a machine learning? So machine learning is basically a branch of AI where you use all the data to do more predictive and prescriptive, like better utilizations of your data. And also on the deep learning side, which is a branch of AI which is more focused on like I don't know, like language translation or image recognition, right? When you have an assembly line, you can recognize stuff or security camera, and also on all the latest like generative AI, where you can generate content with those large language model, right? So basically, we're putting infusing technology across all our portfolio, basically hardware, whether it's CPU, the controller processor unit, central processor unit that you have inside your CPU, the GPU, which is the graphic engine, and the NPU, which I guess we'll talk a little bit with the AI piece a little bit more, IPU, whether it's inside the client, so the PC use every day, or inside the big data center that some large enterprise have, or inside the cloud. If you're an SME, there's probably a good chance that you're using some cloud services. So we're putting AI technology inside all our product for those big CSPs, and also at the edge, which is like if you have a camera or something that making decision right at the production line, right? So what we're doing from the hardware point of view, AI everywhere. And on the software side is ready to create that open ecosystem that is super modular, so that if you're a developer of software and you're infusing AI algorithm inside your software, that you can write once, basically you code once. So what are the language, and you can deploy everywhere on the best place. What I mean by that is this my code is best running on the CPU or the GPU, the NPU, so super open. So and we've with our like leadership and IP and our manufacturing, the packaging, and that we can really harness that full potential of AI, and it will continue to transform. Because what we're seeing, honestly, it's just the beginning, right? Really
Right.
transform trees, and it will help us to solve some of the biggest challenges that we're seeing in the world.
No, the idea of AI everywhere truly opens up limitless possibilities for innovations, across all sectors. And thank you for your valuable insights on this, Denny. Now, Intel is pioneering the new era of AI PCs, and this sounds like a revolutionary step. Can you please share more about the new generation of processors with embedded AI capabilities?
Yeah, basically at the end of 2023, like last December, basically we launched the Intel Core Ultra processor, which is ushering the AI PC era, right? So basically, what we did is we purpose built AI acceleration inside three engine that we have on the client PC, with inside the CPU, the GPU, and the NPU. So basically,
Hmm.
you can run your AI workload on the best accelerator. So what that means, depending the workload you run, whether it's the OS or some personal assistant, or you're crunching data, or you're making some image recognition, removing background blurring, removing background noise, whatever the AI use case you're gonna have. So the
Hmm.
software developer can use the right hardware, CPU, GPU, NPU, to give you the best performance, the best battery life on your device, right? So that
Hmm.
basically we're projecting that AI PC area, because as we launch the hardware, all the software developers, we have more than hundreds of software developers working with us, more than 300 different use cases of AI workload. So we should see about we're projecting about 100 million of Intel-based AI PC in the market by 2025.
Wow. I mean, this development really signifies a major leap forward in making powerful technology accessible to all businesses. But what benefits do these AI PCs bring to businesses, particularly small and medium-sized enterprises, Denny?
Yeah, so I think it will increase the overall productivity, right? Like if you're an SME owner, which by the way I was before being with Intel, so I completely understand. Like one thing is like it's gonna give you more time to focus on what matter, right? So like that you do less stuff, you have faster, you can make your decision faster, right? So and also more, I would say more security. So as we all see those security incidents happening all over the place, right? So the ecosystem around security is going to reach more and more AI that you can reduce your attack surface, so the chance to be attacked inside your organization, but also the device will be more savvy to defend itself. And having the AI PC also, one of the benefits from a privacy and security point of view will be that a lot of the workload, so basically a lot of the things that need AI will be running on the PC itself now, no longer on the cloud. So basically, if you're concerned around your own data inside your organizations or on your own PC be used by a big cloud provider or something to train and build their model. So that won't be the case because those workloads will be able to use currently on the system, right? And
Right.
one thing I want to make sure, like I mentioned, is like because as your like your audience, like small and medium enterprise, we hear a lot about the foundational model builders, like the large language model, like
Mhm.
all the names we hear all the time, right? That generates stuff, and so, but and sometimes we're in SME, you say, well, how this is going to be applicable to me, right? So it's like
Mhm.
I'm not building a model, like I don't have like guys with PhD that can build that AI stuff for me, right? So, but the thing is, like I said, we're working with hundreds and thousands of ISVs and all the commercial softwares, right? Are as we speak, they're infusing AI, whether it's like machine learning, deep learning, large language, like generating a generative AI inside their software. So basically, when you're gonna start to use maybe your own next version of your accounting software, your ERP, your CRM, you're going to
Right.
be able to do better market forecasts, better market strategy, be predict your account receivable, right? Who's going to pay, who won't be paying, that you should check out right now, right? Big concern when you're an SME. So what is a chatbot, predictive maintenance on a factory floor, content creation as an SME? Very often you do everything by yourself, right? So whether you create text, you generate image, video, so all the commercial software is going to be way more I would say, intelligent to create stuff, to remove background pictures, things like that. It's gonna be a game changer for SME as all the commercial ecosystem software are adopting AI and all optimized for the IPC, right?
This is so resourceful, especially for the small business owners who wear multiple hats, as you mentioned, and entrepreneurs that are eager to embrace the technological advancements. And on that note, listeners, before we move forward, let's really reflect on the impact of AI enhanced computing, like the new generation of processors that Denny just mentioned. Think about questions like how might such advancements really change the way your business operates? And for those of you in sectors heavily reliant on data processing and analysis, the implications could be game changing. So, really consider how integrating more advanced AI capabilities might not just be streamlining your operations, but also revolutionizing your day to day business ethics. But let's kind of learn a bit more about the real life impact of AI, Denny. I mean, it's always compelling to hear how technology translates into real world benefits. Can you please provide an example, a specific example of how AI has helped businesses gain a competitive edge?
Yeah, before I give you a few examples, maybe I want to make sure, right? So that there's I would say a lot of new tools that are coming, right? So that will reduce times to do stuff, produce stuff, better analytic, better decision. And the key thing is, as SME owner, you really have to leverage that, right? So, and because if you don't, your competition will, and
Mhm.
will be able to make faster decision. They'll be able to have more time to spend on things that they value more, right? So, and it's a yeah, it's a highly competitive kind of survival decision that you have to make, right? So just a few examples, right? So recently we work with a customer so that kind of is in the greenhouse operation, right? And it was
Mhm.
like we're curious to see how they are leveraging AI. So they do it in a different way. There's the classical way, I should say, which is machine learning, like based
Right.
on all the data. So they were telling us that, hey, back in the days, which is not few years ago, right? Not like 20 years ago. We're talking a few quarters ago, right? So when they were operating their greenhouse, they have sensors for the humidity, temperatures, how much they need to open the windows and everything. Massive greenhouse, right? To grow vegetables and everything. So over the weekend, when nobody is there, right? So they had to send someone quite many times during the day because the temperature, everything changed, the environment changed, right? It was like super time, I would say, consuming, and not sometime you don't have the optimal condition to grow the vegetables. On top of it's also gonna, I should say, it's also a talent retention problem because now you have to tell your employee you're gonna have to go there like 5 times during Saturday and 5 times during Sunday, making sure everything is correct, is in check, right? With machine learning and that predictive and prescriptive. So with the thousand of sensors they have, all the decisions are
Mm-hmm.
by themselves. So everything is totally automated at the optimal condition. So that basically it's all up and running perfectly. And another use case they deploy using AI is more like deep learning, which is like a kind of vision, looking at all the vegetables and making sure which one is red, which one is not. When you do the automated the triage of the all vegetables, so they know exactly, so they don't have to have people manually touching them and doing all the trial. All of done is done automatically and super
Right.
accurately.
Your insights and these examples are amazing, but continue.
One is another, which is which was interesting, was like a recycling facility, like where especially on scrap metals, right? Getting a lot of metals from different recycling facility around Canada, and one thing that they were explaining is like sometimes they get let's say I won't say toxic, but like something that can create a security incident, right? Like a propane tank, right? Going
Right.
to the conveyor belt and that can explode or it can like stop everything. So basically, say they tried different models and sending the data back to the data center. It's not coming back on time for whatever reason. So now with like with Edge AI, basically putting working with software vendor creating a model that's with OpenVINO, which is Intel software, kind of to help recognize the image. You say this is not good, this is a propane tank, right? Whatever the angle it is and everything. And when you see that ahead of the time, you remove it automatically from the conveyor belt, that it won't go in the big things that's crushing on the metal, right? So basically reducing the incident accident, right? So security, and also you don't stop your production line and equal to better productivity, right? So like things like that, right? So
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, your insights, Denny, they demonstrate the tangible impact of AI, making it a key tool for business innovation and growth, both. Now, looking to the future is always exciting, especially in the tech industry. Denny, what future initiatives or technologies is Intel excited about, particularly in the context of supporting Canadian businesses?
yeah, there's a few things, but I believe a big one, especially for SME, would be that evolution of the IPC, right? So we just launched, like I said earlier, late last year, beginning of this year, like the AIPC, and that evolution will continue, and we'll see more and more use case. And as you know, typically the hardware is created first, and now the all the software ecosystem see the possibility and the power what they can do. So I believe we'll see more and more use case and workload that can transform the SME operation, whether it's like uh, uh, inside, I'd say within the office from the administrative point of view, but everything I would say from a production and operation point of view, right? And also
Mhm.
one thing that we're pretty excited is we're gonna be launching soon like our Gaudi 3 AI accelerator, which is like a big I would say, accelerator, like a big cart, so that will generate and create like those big model where we see billions of parameters. So that will again create more new use case, new way, creative way that we can see an increase in productivity across, I would say, all industry in the world.
No, it's quite clear that staying ahead in technology is not just about adopting new tools, but it's also about preparing for future innovations. Now, Danny, before wrapping up, I'd like to tap into your extensive experience and foresight one last time. For our small business owners and entrepreneurs listening today who are eager to embrace the technological advancements, especially AI, could you please share a piece of advice on how to strategically integrate these technologies into their operations to foster growth and innovation?
Yep, I've been thinking. Uh, uh, quite a lot about those kind of questions when I get that. Say, hey, the how we integrate that, how we grow with technology, and how we transform organization. I think the first thing, because we I believe it's like you, as a owner, as an SME, you need to recognize the importance and the role of technology within your organization, within your business, right? It's no longer back in the days where IT was in the basement. It was like just something where accounting needs and operation and like an afterthought, right? So like any decision that you make inside your organization, whether strategic or operational, they need to think about IT and especially
Mhm.
about AI, right? It's not an afterthought. They're part of the discussion as you go through your strategic planning and looking how you can enter a new market, how you can optimize this in your operation and your production line. So IT need to be part of the discussion, and you need to think about IT, right? And see how IT or AI can be infused in your day-to-day operation, right? So and I would say a good start is to look at all the commercial software that you're using right now. So any organization are using a full suite of software, right? So you need to talk with those organizations, talk with your IT provider, your partners, right? And see so if they have a new update, what they're using, where AI is going to be used. Because like I said, all those commercial software, they're now infusing AI and it's going to transform how you're using their software. So see with them, talk with the IT provider, look on the internet and your events, what your industry is doing, what other industry is doing, and find out all the AI use case and potential one that can be interesting for you. You don't need to, like I said, hire 10 PhD and start to build your own model from scratch, right? So now there's
Mhm.
model already built, software with already model built in, and start to see because you need to be curious and build your knowledge and capability to leverage AI in your business because if you like I said if you don't do it your competitor will do it and
Mhm.
you lose that edge like big time, right?
Of course. Now, thank you so much, Jenny, for sharing your expertise and insights with us today. It's been incredibly enlightening to learn about the strides Intel is making in technology and its impact on businesses of literally all sizes. But thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Maheen. It was great.
And thank you all to our listeners for joining us on this journey into the future of business technology. And as always, a special thanks goes out to our guest, Denis Gaudreault, and of course, our partners, RBC, our exclusive banking partner, UPS, our shipping partner, Zero, accounting software partner, Constant Contact, our email partner, and IAG Business Edge, our exclusive hospitality partner. Please remember to subscribe to the Canadian SME Small Business Magazine at smemagazine.ca for more thought provoking content. Until next time, keep innovating and embracing the future. Thank you.